the question has come up recently, is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 woke? And the answer to that question is yes. Yes, it's woke. Now here's the caveat. See, you're an adult. You have to decide how much wokeness is too much wokeness for you. For example, look at wokeness like spiciness. Not all games are gonna burn going down, going through, and then going out the other end. My personal definition of true spiciness. After I tried some enhanced habanero peppers, because they switched up the recipe and actually made them have more than just a little tiny bit of kick. Now, some games are just going to have a little kick of wokeness, just a little tiny dash of it. It's up to you to decide what your tolerance for wokeness is. And now, I've noticed, the better the game, the more people are willing to be tolerant of woke elements. For example, Baldur's Gate 3 had a ton of woke elements. But it was a good game, so people were more tolerant of those elements. But at the end of the day, you have to decide what your red lines are going to be. Now, let's show you the wokeness. So, what is wokeness? Wokeness is the colloquial term for cultural Marxism. It became the term for this stuff during the SJW era when Marxists called themselves social justice warriors. They co-opted the term wokeness from the conspiracy community, labeling everything that is socially progressive as woke. And you were woke if you realized you need to push this stuff. And everyone just started calling it that. And they hated it, so they stopped using it themselves. But it was such a great term, everyone just kept using it, which pissed them off, which made everyone want to use it more. Good times. Good times. So if you have any elements of progressivism and cultural Marxism, you are woke. And this game has elements of both. Now, I'm going to go use this picture here from Yorch Torch Games. You see this first picture here? Well, in the game, you have a black Muslim lecturing you about how Muslims are actually way more sophisticated than you are, and how they are way more peaceful, and how they treat women with greater respect and set great store by learning. Yeah, so this has happened in medieval Europe. You're being lectured about how great Islam is. The main character is now bisexual. They changed it from the first game, so you could basically choose gay romance. That Grums confirmed that. I don't have that poll up, but if you want to look it up, you can. So right there, that's two elements of wokeness. As you can see here, they also implemented terms and conditions for their Steam forums telling you what you can and cannot talk about. The developer has taken to calling anyone who disagrees with his interjection of wokeness as grifters. I'll be honest, he has done more to make me not really care for the game, because, look, I can look the other way for some stuff, right? Because I'm not an absolutist. Respect you if you're an absolutist, I'm just not. But I do recognize that the slippery slope is a tactic, and normalization is their goal. You have to remember that. That's what really sucks. Because if you tolerate some wokeness, all you're showing them is what that basically they can get away with it, and then we're just kind of perpetuating the problem. But at the same point in time, some games are really good, and they just have a dash of wokeness in it. So like I said, you're an adult, you have to make your decisions on your own. But I believe calling games not woke when they are obviously woke is disingenuous. Yes, there's degrees of wokeness. There is games as woke as Dustborn, as Failguard. And no, I'm not going to call it Failguard. I'm going to call it Failguard. Really woke games. Then there are games that just have a tiny bit of wokeness. And realistically, if content creators just were honest and said, okay, it has a little bit of wokeness, but it's no worse than any of the other current day isms for open world RPGs, I think a lot more people would have been okay with this stuff than just having being lied right to their face. Being lied right to their face is what really pissed a lot of people off. But why is Warhost Studios going woke? Well, Warhost Studios is owned by Playon. Now, who's Playon? Playon is the merger of three publishers underneath THQ Nordic / Embracer. Essentially, they messed up so bad that the company restructured and merged them all underneath one company brand. So, PlayOn is owned by the Embracer Group. See, Deep Silver, Prime Matter, and Raven's Court are the three that comprise it. And you see, no one really owns Embracer. It's its own company. So, we hop over to the Embracer's website. ESG. ESG report. And I'd like to remind you all, you do not get a good ESG score, which Embracer does have, and you can compare it to the rest of the industry. You do not get a good ESG score by not doing ESG. So that's why the stuff's in the game. They sold their soul to the devil, and the devil mandated some ESG. Now, with all these facts, it's up to you to decide whether or not you want to get the game or not. Or if you're going to be like me and be like, okay, you want to do this stuff, you're a bargain bin, and I'll see you when you have all the DLCs and all the patches out. Have a good launch. You have to really make your decisions. It's up to you. You're an adult. You have the information at your disposal now. Let me know what you're thinking about it in the comments. And I'll see you next video. Peace out.